You know, a wise man once said that racism doesn't exist in a red flag with a blue X sporting 13 white stars. It exists in the hearts and souls of those who will throw down that flag to murder 9 people in a place of worship. Who was that wise man? Oh, yeah, it was me. I said that in a Facebook post about a month ago, maybe a little more than that ago. Doesn't matter, because it's true. This flag, in itself, is not racist. I do not believe it to be racist. A lot of other people don't believe it to be racist. A lot of people consider this to be a symbol of Southern heritage or Southern pride. There's a lot of other stuff associated with the South other than slavery. And by the way, slavery wasn't only in the South. Because I believe a couple states known as Delaware and Maryland had slaves back in the 1860s. In fact, the United States as a whole had slaves for almost 90 years. The Confederacy existed for only 4 of those years. Okay, what else? Okay, first, the flag in itself, if you've seen my video on the Confederate battle flag, the flag in itself does not mean slavery or racism or hate. It means secession. Secession from a government which they did not agree with. Now, what are some of those things that they didn't agree with? Well, of course, Abraham Lincoln. First of all, Abraham Lincoln is not the anti-slave, pro-freedom president that we all know him as. If you know the history of Abraham Lincoln, you would know this. There is a very good guy on YouTube that does videos like this. I will put a link to his Abraham Lincoln video and his slavery video in the description. I forget what his name is, but his link is in the description. Anyway, back to the point of the video. So, the flag in itself does not mean racism, it means secession. Secession from taxing. So, Abraham Lincoln, or I'll just say the government, wanted to tax labor, and that included slave labor. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, pretty much means that the slave owners would have been taxed. Okay. Kind of reminds me of the American Revolution, because didn't we secede from the British for taxes and gun control? But that kind of treason's okay, because that founded this country. But no, the Confederacy trying to secede from the Union, oh no, that's treason, we cannot support that. Bullcrap. Because they stood up for what they believed in. And a lot of people respect that. Some people don't, but others do. It's really the same kind of thing on how this country was founded. We were founded on treason. Treason against the British. But when it comes to treason against the United States, people get a little iffy on that. Okay. Anyway, so the South had slaves, so did the North, so did the United States, so did a lot of the settlers that came here. Slavery existed in this land for over 200 years. Confederate battle flag flew for 4 of those years. After the Civil War, the Emancipation Proclamation did not free the slaves in the North. The last 2 states to have slaves were northern states, otherwise known as states not in the Confederacy, Delaware and Maryland. The Emancipation Proclamation basically freed the slaves that were in the Confederacy under the Union control. There were still about 1 million slaves, I think, still enslaved. Until the 13th Amendment came along. I think it was the 13th Amendment. I could be wrong. But until the amendment came along that said, we're freeing the slaves. Okay? So now the slaves are free. So why is the flag racist? Well, okay. Dylann Roof had a Confederate flag. Okay. So what? Well, the Ku Klux Klan, they used the Confederate flag. Okay. They also used the American flag. There are tons of pictures out there with the KKK using an American flag. Nobody wants to ban the American flag. Okay. What else does the American flag have behind its history? Well, like I said earlier, close to 90 years of slavery, black enslavement. The Chinese built our railroads under harsh conditions. We put the Japanese in concentration camps during World War II. What about all the countless Native Americans that were slaughtered over the years under the American flag? Why don't you ask a Native American what they think of the American flag? Some might not care, but some do. Kind of like this. But no one wants to ban the American flag. Okay. So, basically, I'm not saying ban the American flag. That's just outrageous. But there's a lot of history of racism associated with the American flag. Again, back to the KKK, they use the American flag. All the Indians slaughtered by Americans, yeah, American flag. The Chinese building the railroads, American flag. None of that happened under the Confederate flag. Nope. Well, okay, KKK, they use the Confederate flag sometimes. But still, it doesn't change the fact that the Civil War happened 150 years ago, and things have changed. Okay, here's a little fact. Most people in general are not racist. Racism is not, you're not born a racist. You're taught to be a racist. Okay? Confederate flag doesn't make you racist. Being a racist makes you racist. Dylann Roof, yeah, he was a racist. He said it himself. But the Confederate flag didn't do it. The Confederate flag did not kill those people. Glock 41 did not kill those people. Dylann Roof killed those people. Dylann Roof was a racist. The Glock 41 wasn't racist. The Confederate flag wasn't racist. And anything else involved in the incident wasn't racist. Okay, I'm losing my train of thought. Going all over the place. Oh yeah, so most people in general are not racist. Okay, most blacks are not criminals. Most whites are not racist. Most men are not sexist. Most people flying the Confederate flag are not racist. There are black people out there flying the Confederate flag, supporting the Confederate flag. There was a black man, forget what his name is, I want to say his name was Anthony, I forget what his last name is, but he was a black man doing Confederate flag rallies. He supported the Confederate flag and everything it stood for. He was killed by other black men. He was pushed off the road in his car and he was killed by other black men. I didn't see this video or this story in the media, the news. No. I came across it on Facebook. I didn't see it on TV at all. In fact, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of stories like this that don't make it to the TV news, no. But when Mike Brown got shot because he broke the law and he attacked a police officer, he threatened a police officer, when he got shot and killed, everywhere. There was news about it everywhere. And there were riots in the streets, people got shot, Lots of people got arrested. Lots of buildings were burned because a white cop killed a black kid who attacked him. Okay? Same thing with Freddie Gray in Baltimore. Okay? Freddie Gray, black man, died in the custody of white police. Okay. But did the police necessarily kill him? Or, what were the circumstances? People don't look at the facts of the case before they go out and start burning buildings. No, they just want to go out and start burning buildings because they want to burn buildings. Okay. So, more race riots in Baltimore. Okay. And now, after all of that, after the Mike Brown shooting and the Freddie Gray, all of that, there's still a whole lot of race wars. Dylan Roof wanted race war. And we said, no, we're not going to give it to him. But that's what we have. Okay, think about it. There's a predominantly black group of people wanting to ban the Confederate flag, wanting to remove the Confederate flag. There's a predominantly white group of people supporting the Confederate flag. And here's another thing. Most people in support of the Confederate flag, they're not breaking the law. They're just putting flags on their trucks, driving them around, and saying, hey, we support this, People against it are stealing private property, burning private property, shooting people, killing people. Some people in support of the flag got fired from their jobs because they supported the Confederate flag. Why? It's a flag. It's a piece of cloth that people like. What if somebody was like me? I like the flag because it's a cool design. It's part of our history as a country. Yeah, okay. I didn't really care about the flag until about a month or so ago when everybody wanted to ban it. I didn't care about the Confederate flag. I never saw myself buying a Confederate flag or most of the flags that I even bought in the first place. But now that everybody wants to ban it, now I want it. You see how that works? So, you want to try and take away my right of free speech, free expression. I'm going to express myself more than I ever did before. Okay? This is basically just my opinion of the whole thing. Now, obviously I don't think it should be banned. If the state's capitals want to lower it, it should not be up to the government. It should be up to it should be up to the voters who vote. Okay, it should be voted whether or not it should come down. It shouldn't be, hey, we're gonna go debate this for 13 hours and decide, hey, we're gonna take it down and oh look, slavery is gone and we're gonna have unicorns and leprechauns dancing all over the place. It doesn't work like that. You remove a flag, what do? Nothing. There's still racism. There's still black on black crimes. There's still black on white, white on black. You name it, it's there. It's not the flag's fault. It's not the flag's fault. Anyway, this was my little rant on the subject. I obviously support the flag. Well, okay, I support the right to fly the flag. Okay. Again, I didn't care about the flag until recently. And I ordered one. I ordered multiple, actually. Of course, I got the Mississippi flag. I've got the old Georgia flag on the way. So, yes, I support this flag. And I think people should be able to fly this flag. And I think Confederate cemeteries should be able to fly the flag. Confederate monuments should be able to fly the flag, etc., etc. Southern states' capitals, if the voters choose to fly the flag, yeah, they should be able to fly the flag without being considered a racist. It's not racist. A flag doesn't make you racist. Being racist makes you a racist. Oh yeah, this is another thing I was going to talk about, and I forgot. But I'm just going to add it in at the end here. I watched a video a while back on this guy's opinion of the Confederate flag, and he said that if you have a Confederate flag, it almost certainly makes you a racist. Okay. Does owning a handgun almost certainly make me a gang member? Does owning an AR-15 almost certainly make me a mass shooter or somebody in the military? Does owning a condom almost certainly make me a rapist? Does owning a switchblade almost certainly make me a knife fighter? I can go on and on for this. Does a basketball almost certainly make me a professional basketball player? Or, the list goes on and on. Objects don't make people what they are. People make themselves what they are. People's attitudes towards other people make these people what they are. Objects don't make people. Anyway, that's all I have for this video. Subscribe to my channel, like me on Facebook. I'm RedneckMini14, and until next time, be safe.